Mark, have you sort of been reflecting on the fine margins of the two defeats you've had? I know they're different performances, but either of them could have gone differently, couldn't they?
I think you can say that for all the games we've been involved in this season. We could have won all of those games, and unfortunately in the last two we've just come up short in the conversion stakes. So again, it's frustrating, can be frustrating, but again, you've got reasons for that. I think we've got to be a little bit more positive, but look, there's a lot of things involved in games. So you're talking about reflection on the game. We played okay. We created a lot of chances, had loads and loads of possession, but I always say that that's vanity unless you do something with it. What we did do with it is create a number of opportunities that you would normally think, you'd like to think we were going to take at least two of those. And then not give up as many chances as we did to the opponent in the second half especially, but the first half as well. We had a situation where we were a little bit sort of incoherent, where some players were a little bit too narrow when they should have been a little bit wider. We were a little bit more negative than we had been. Their press then became more effective because of our positioning. Honestly, tactically, there's quite a few things that we can be better at. I think in terms of our play from back to front, we were okay. A little bit slower than we would have liked. We can be more incisive. And we can do things a little bit quicker, and then obviously when you get your chances up front we have to be more clinical, and it's that in a nutshell is what it is. Defending in the both boxes is paramount always, and we switched off. It wasn't just a switch off, it was a tactical fault from, as I mentioned at the game, so we will address that again, and move forward and look forward to the next game. The biggest thing for me is that everybody sticks together, because it can. When you talk about process, yes, we can talk about process. I think you can talk about performance levels, but to get to where we need to get to, we're going to have some ups and downs. It's clear, there's going to be some ups and downs, but confidence plays a big part in it. And so we've got to stick together to ensure that the players don't lose any confidence. And whilst there is frustration, there's frustration all around. You can be frustrated because that stems from the fact that last season we were within a penalty kick of getting into the Premier League. We have to remind ourselves all the time that as well is something that may be weighing on people, knowingly or unknowingly. So psychologically we're within that. So you expect to kick on. We can only kick on because we can only kick on the way we're doing it, because we have to. 11 have come in, 14 have moved out. All of those things that everybody knows, but it is so important for everybody to remember. It isn't just something where we can wave a magic wand and everything's perfect. It is a painstaking process, and sometimes it is frustrating. But what you've got to remember is that the work that's going on will get us to where we need to be. We will add to this squad. It's not finished. It's not where we will end up. We'll keep improving it. But again, we are in a better place than we were this time last year, in terms of our outputs, all our outputs, and things have changed. The style of play has changed. The personnel have changed dramatically. And people have come from different leagues, so you've got that to get used to as well. We've got a situation where people may have been taken by surprise by the quality and the intensity of this division, and until you experience it, it can catch people out. That's for sure. You don't know how good it is until you've been in there, and each season it gets better. If you dip below in any sort of element, then you can lose a game or two, as we've just proven. But say it's only in certain elements that we may have been a little bit lacking, whereas the majority of it has been pretty good. Ultimately we've got to convert more chances than we did. Looking back on it again, we've created loads of chances from loads of possession. We need to take one or two more of those. So the percentage that needs to go up. you know, that is that's a given. But we will keep working and believe in what we're doing, because it works, it's sustainable. It just takes a little bit of time to get there, and I think that is the key to everything.
Must be great to be back on the pitch.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world. It's been a long time, so yeah, best feeling ever.
And how did it feel actually out there? I mean, you got well into the game, didn't you?
For me, like, how did I feel, or did the game feel? Me?
Well, how did it feel being in terms of getting into the game?
Oh yeah, no, it was normal, just normal game, isn't it? Really, just working your way into it, try and make some chances. Obviously, it wasn't our day, so yeah.
You were quite close to scoring.
Oh no, just a little header. I haven't headed the ball for a long time, so that's why.
Talk us through the journey. It's also been a long time. Boxing Day, wasn't it, when you got the injury against Sheffield United? How difficult has it been in that period?
The worst feeling ever. Like, I was saying to my family and that, like, you see when people have been injured for a long time before, because I'd never been injured or missed a game and that, like, I didn't understand it. But now, like, I understand what they went through. Yes, the worst thing ever. Especially when you're watching through the window on the bike when they're all training outside. Especially last year when they was doing so well and I couldn't play in them big games. That was probably the worst bit. But yeah, obviously now I'm good. Yeah, I'm happy.
And does it help that you got a couple of extra days ahead of this game?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because we needed to recover. You know, we're still in a period where we've just had an international break, and then the games come thick and fast, and the games have been spread out a little bit for us this time, which enables us to maybe recover, and we've needed that because of the circumstances around the squad and the availability of players. So, yeah, for us that's been important and will be important going into the next game.
And Callum is a big positive from the other night. Has he come through the game okay?
Yeah, everybody is in today and ready to train. So Callum is one of those, and like I say, he hit a milestone the other night, and that's positive for everybody.
And is the confidence still there? Having lost a couple of games, do you detect that the confidence has dipped at all?
Nah, to be fair, no, not really. I mean, football, you try to win every game, but obviously you can't win every game. I mean, we've had 2 away games in a row, and obviously, definitely think in the Bristol game, I watched it, we played well, and we could have won both matches really. So you just got to keep chipping away, and hopefully then once we get one goal, the floodgates will open, and yeah.
I was about to ask the best question ever, but I can't remember it now. So
happy days, that's good. That when you remember it, give me a shout.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.